Google Keep reminder notifications. So just for a quick overview of Google Keep, what it is an online note-taking app where these notes, as you can see, they can be color-coded, you can add images, and you can do things like share them to other people. So you can make a note, add a contributor to the note, and the two of you can collaborate on the contents together. So one of the things you can do with notes is you can set them to have reminders. So right here, this first one I have, you can see it has a reminder for today at 11:30 a.m. What it does is it can also put all those notes with reminders into a single location. You can see here some sent, some older reminders. Here's an upcoming reminder toward the bottom. The way notes have reminders set is when you take a note, you can see here there's a date and time you can set. So I could do a note called do something, right? And then I could go in here and I could pick a specific date and time. I do a drop down. I can go through my calendar and pick a date. And while it gives some like block times here, you can see there's a custom option at the bottom. Or if you just click in here and start typing, so let's say I do 9:40 a.m. today, it would set a reminder. And you can see it then adds it under my upcomings, under reminders. Now the other thing that reminders do in Google Keep is they automatically sync with your calendar. So I have in this tab my Google Calendar showing up, and let me just refresh it. So it'll show that most recent item I added to my calendar. So I'm looking at my calendar in a week's view. On the side, you can see I have my personal calendar. I have a bunch of calendars I've subscribed to, which I can show or hide. And I have this one here that says reminders. So let me just temporarily turn off my calendar and any other shared calendars and just show the reminders to kind of really make them jump out. So you can see anytime I have a reminder, if I have my reminder calendar selected, so it actually shows them, it'll show my reminders that are coming up. There's also in your calendar a quick little tab over to the side, a little icon, which gives you a quick view of your keep. And if you click this button here, kind of the square with the arrow, it'll jump over into the full Google Keep. So it combines those resources in a couple ways. Now, anytime I have a reminder for a date, you can see at the top, it shows me all my pending reminders. So these are older ones that I haven't marked as done. So that's kind of handy. It's not only does it show you things coming up, but kind of shows you a whole list of reminders. If I want notifications to come up for my reminders, one of the things I need to do is set my calendar notifications. So I'm going to do that by, in my calendar, going to my settings menu, which is the little gear, and then to settings. And over on the side, there's notification settings. Now you can see here, I have mine set for alerts to play notification sounds. You could also do desktop notifications if you want. It's kind of up to you. The desktop notifications, you can have a little more leeway in terms of the time versus the alerts. You have a little less time, it just kind of pops up. But what happens is after you set those notifications, it will trigger a notification in your calendar to let you know whenever an event is coming up. One other thing I want to mention is some browsers also have notifications. So I'm in the settings for Chrome. If I was to click on these dots here, there's an option for settings, and that brought me to this section. And in my settings for my browser, and Safari has them, Firefox has them, most browsers do. So if I look for notifications just in Chrome, you can see here there's a section about sites can ask to send notifications. If the notifications aren't working right, one thing you may want to do is you may want to look in the notifications for your browser just to see if something's been blocked, or mention something to your friendly tech support people saying, hey, my notifications don't seem to be working for my calendar. Maybe it's my browser settings. You sound wicked cool, like you know all this techie stuff. Can you take a look at it with me? So here you can see I jumped back to my calendar, and I had this notification pop up when I was looking at my settings. So in my calendar, I'm now kind of like stuck. I can't do anything until I look at this and address like, oh yeah, this just popped up that I'm supposed to be doing anything right now. And just as a reminder, under the gears, the way I set that up was to go to settings, notification settings, and right now mine was set to an alert. So Google Keep, reminders are all your reminders. You can set the dates, the times. In your calendar, it links it up amongst all your other calendars as a reminder calendar. The settings for the calendar is where you determine what kind of notification you want. And if it's not looking, that's maybe when you want to check the settings for your browser or send an SOS to tech support to give you a help. The only other thing I'll mention about the reminders is when you're adding items to it, like contributors, images, and so forth, in the mobile version, like they have a Google Keep app. There's also an option where you can add, besides the notification, you can also set a location. So people who use the app, that might be handy if you're physically going to places and you also want to add in a calendar location. So Google Keep, hopefully a great way to keep your world organized.